We are indeed live. Welcome, everybody. New way of starting things. It's a way that I can start the stream without having to spend the first 5 minutes saying, can you hear me? Is audio, video good? Is everything okay? So, yeah, very excited. Thursday night, which means it is time for Tank Talk Live. Welcome to everyone who is in here.
I'm finally on.
You've been on the whole time.
I wasn't on here.
Oh, okay. Well, we're on here now. Okay. We got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of things to get into. I'm going to put the camera on me because I'm going to do a little bit of talking here in the beginning to kind of update on some stuff that's going on. And then we're going to get into the fist fight that we're going to have here.
Oh, stop.
The main topic today. Oh, excuse me. Good Lord. Welcome to the stream, everyone. The main topic is going to be the glow beta. We're going to talk about glow betas. That's what we're going to do. But before we get into that, we do have the second part of the title, which I added. Did I add that today? Maybe I added it yesterday. I'm not sure. But I added another part to the title, which we're going to get into before we do the fun part, which would be the glow betas. So first things first, have a huge announcement to make. This is a really big deal. No disrespect to Ted Judy. No disrespect to Rat Cross. Those guys both know that I'm a huge fan of both of those guys. But next week, right here, actually probably sitting right there, I don't know how we're going to work it out. We're going to have the biggest guest we've ever had in studio on the stream. Again, I love Ted Judy. I love Rat Cross. They know that. But this is a big one, folks. This is a monster guest that's going to be on the stream. None other than the man who's going to be in Virginia next weekend. We all know who that is, right? Because we all follow along. Corey Mcelroy from Aquarium Co-op is coming here to spend 2 days here with us. He's going to teach me how to YouTube. That's not why he's coming, but he's coming because he's going to be going to the Potomac Valley. I think I said James River on the last one, but the Potomac Valley Aquarium Society meeting on Saturday, which is Saturday, whatever next Saturday is, not 2 days from now, but the following Saturday, he is going to be he's going to be doing a talk there, which is really cool. And he messaged me, it was like a month and a half ago. He said, hey, I'm going to be in Virginia, so I want to come hang out with you guys for a couple days, and then we'll, and then I'll go do my talk. I'm like, okay, well, if that's going to happen, then I'll go with you. And so I'm going to actually be his Uber that day. He doesn't know it. He's going to have to Uber me. No, I'm just joking. But no, I'm going to go up there with him that day and be at the meeting with him. I'm not talking. I'm just going to be there. I don't know if he's going to I'll offer to shoot it for him if he wants me to. But it's going to be really cool. I'm excited about that. But he's going to be here Thursday. We're going to do some videos. He's going to be in a 10 Things episode, which is going to be really exciting. And then he's going to do the stream with me Thursday night. Friday, I don't know. We're going to do all kinds of stuff on Friday. Don't know what it is. I messaged him. Let me tell you something. I didn't even tell you about this yet.
That doesn't surprise me.
I know. I'm going to tell you how serious Corey is, okay? When this guy travels 3,200 miles or whatever it is to come here early and gets a hotel for a couple of extra days, normally, he's got his hotel covered for him for the meeting. But he said, I'll come out there early. I'll spend a couple days. I'll get a hotel. When he's coming out here to do that, the guy is serious. And just to show you how serious he is, I found out that one of my absolute favorite comedians, everybody knows I'm a stand-up comedy mark, Jim Jeffries is going to be in town Friday night. I messaged him. I'm like, dude, what do you feel about stand-up? I'm doing the motions here like y'all can see me with my thumbs like I'm typing to him. Are you into stand-up comedy? Jim Jeffries is coming. He's one of my favorites. Do you want to go? And he's like, Do you know how many videos we can make in that amount of time that we'd be gone going to that comedy show?
I love it.
So that's how serious Corey McElroy is. But you know what? That's what you got to respect about him. The man means business. He ain't coming here to mess around. He's coming here to spend some time with us, to make some videos and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited about that. That is going to be awesome. Corey is going to have at that meeting compliments of Extreme Fish Foods. He's going to have the samples that he's been giving out at the shows. He gave out at all the shows last year, and he'll be giving them out at this one too. He's going to be coming up there with a couple of cases of krill flakes. I'm getting texts. Shame on you, Rack, texting me while I'm live. He's going to be giving out that food at that event. And then the following weekend is the Big Fish Deal, which we will be at. Corey's not going to be at that one because he will be back home in Seattle, wherever he lives, just outside of Seattle, whatever, state of Washington. He's going to be home then. Wow. But we will be there. And we will also be giving out free Extreme Fish Foods. This might on camera look like a small can, but this will go a lot. You could feed fish for 6 months with this because it's flakes.
One fish.
I'm come on, help me sell this stuff here. But no,
You
this
know
is
what I'm saying.
I know.
It's not the regular size can. That's why I'm saying that.
That's true. It's a sample can, but it's not ridiculous sample can. You know, sometimes you get samples and it's like 4 flakes, or 4 pellets.
That's a really good
This will
sample
feed
can.
your fish for a long time. It's the krill flakes. I think we got like 4 cases of this. It's like 96 cans of this. So if you plan on going to the Big Fish Deal, you're going to want to get there early because this is going to go very fast. One of these 2 cans will be there because I'm going to put these back in the box to make sure I give them out to you all. But I took them out of the box to take some pictures of them and then also to show to you. So yes, that's exciting. So next week's going to be a big week. I mean, we got Corey here Thursday and Friday. I'll be going up to Fairfax, Virginia with him to the James River. I said it again. The Potomac Valley Aquarium Society meeting on Saturday. I said I was going to put the camera on me and I never did. I got a fancy new stream deck here, which again, Lisa doesn't even know about. I got a fancy stream deck
I
and I'm
find
not even
things
using
out
it
on
yet.
live streams. I find out on live streams that you're going to be on other live streams. I find out on our live stream stuff.
I got a busy life. What do you want? What are you going to do? I mean, what do you want me to do? Start writing it down for you in Trello or something, which I could do. But
You could do that.
we're not here to have a talk about Trello. So, yeah, very excited about all that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I am going to put the camera on me for this one because I'm going to tell you a story. It's story time, folks. We're going to talk about the second part of the title of this live stream because it's not every day that this happens, and when it does happen, it's a beautiful thing. How often do you find a new fish store? So yesterday,
Who found it?
well, I know I was going to give you credit. You didn't let me finish. Yesterday, I'm working and I'm in Woodbridge, Virginia, working. Woodbridge, Virginia is where I grew up. If you want to look it up, if you're some kind of weird stalker, it's like 30 miles south of Washington, D.C. in Virginia.
Oh, if we're going to have a history lesson, Fairfax, Virginia is where I was born.
I was too. No. Yes. I was born in Fairfax Hospital.
No, I was born at Fairfax Hospital.
Well, I was born there 2 years before you.
Oh, yeah, you're
So I have seniority. So you know what?
Okay.
So anyway, yeah. Marie was born in Fairfax. I was born in Fairfax, which is the next town over from Woodbridge, which is where we're going to be. I'm going to be. Are you going to come with us? I don't know.
I don't know. Am I invited?
No, you have to have a special invitation. I'm not even invited. I just told Corey, hey, if I'm going to drive you up there, I'm not going to drop you off like an idiot. I'm going to go in with you. So that's that. I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully they let me in. If they didn't, that would be funny. But anyway, I'm in Woodbridge, Virginia, which is where I grew up, just on the outskirts of where she grew up. She grew up the next town over. And I got a little bug flying around me, and it's driving me nuts. Doing my normal thing, my normal work. Do you see this bug?
No.
He wants my face. So she sends me a text. Marie texts me. I gotta slow down. Lisa Marie sends me a text that says, "Did you hear that there's a new fish store in Dale City?" Now, Dale City is a little neighborhood inside of Woodbridge, Virginia. I grew up right outside of Dale City. I was in Dale City when you sent me that message. I said, "No, I haven't heard that. What are you talking about?" She sends me the links. She sends me the names. I said, "Hey, I'm 8 miles from that. I'm going to go right now." I had a light day at work yesterday. So I drive over there and pull up, and I can already tell, just from driving up, I can already tell this is going to be a special place, because they had a really nice, very expensive sign outside of the place. It had a clownfish on it, which made me go, uh-oh, maybe it's just going to be a saltwater store. But I didn't panic. Even if it was, I'd still go in there. So I look at the windows, and they're tinted like you would expect at a fish store, but I can see enough in there where I can see there's aquariums with lights on, and I see bubbles from air stones, and I'm like, okay, they got some action going on in here. Let me see what's going on. Let me check in on this thing. So I walk up, and a beautiful thing happened. It's not often that this kind of thing happens, but it happened, and it was a beautiful thing. I opened the door because it was unlocked. They weren't open yet. It's not open to the public. The sign on the door said opening February 2020. I'm like, well, maybe they are open. Check the door. It's unlocked. Walk right on in. The very first thing I hear, "Hey, we're not open yet, but come on in. I love what you do on YouTube." That was a nice way of breaking the ice. That was a beautiful thing. I go into a lot of fish stores, and it's not like I walk in and I'm like, "Hey, I'm on YouTube. You should treat me special." I don't do that. It doesn't even come up. But this guy knew who I was. I ended up spending like an hour in this store, just basically getting a tour of the store and speaking to the owner of the place. His name is Dave. Super nice guy. Awesome. It's his third store, not his third try. He's got a total of 3 stores now. 2 are in upstate New York. So I won't be going to those, but this is his third store. He picked Woodbridge, Virginia, and there's a story behind that. I'll let him tell that. But the first thing that I have to say about this store, and if you've ever been to a fish store for the first time, then you can appreciate this. It almost looked like an Apple store. And you're so stuck up. You've never been in an Apple store, but
I wouldn't set foot in one of those stores.
It looked like a hospital. What's everybody what's happening with Bob? What's going on there?
Because one of his... Do you remember I told you the story about the rescue bird, and he would take his dog over to see it, and it passed away.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was such a cute bird.
Was that what his super chat was? I was going to get to that eventually, but yeah, sorry to hear about that, Bob. That's terrible. I will read that in just a moment here, but this store, it was apparent right off the bat. As soon as I walked in, I was like, this person that owns this store knows exactly what he's doing, because he obviously put a ton of time and a ton of money into this, a ton of money. I've done this before, folks. So I know the amount of money it takes to start up a venture like that. I can't even imagine how much money he put into this place. It is absolutely gorgeous. Everything in there is brand new. It doesn't look like some guy pulled out a bunch of put it back on both of us, pulled out a bunch of tanks from his garage, like some people we know, and threw them into a store. Wasn't like that at all. Everything was brand new. Everything was clean. Everything was gorgeous. And
you can actually see a walkthrough of it on Facebook.
Yeah, but don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
Because we're going to go there when they're open. It's probably going to be 3 weeks from now, but we're going to go there. We'll do a video there. Why not? We'll go there and have a lot of fun. I just saw it because I'm a dummy and I looked at chat. I saw somebody, did you get any footage? I did not. And the reason why is because it's not completely set up yet.
I know where the footage is.
Okay. Well, she just said it's on Facebook, but I didn't see it on Facebook. I saw it in person. So, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
You wouldn't have saw it without Facebook.
I hate Facebook, but it's not done. So I figure, he was telling me hopefully within the next week or so, he'll have it all done. Tanks will all be running. Because like his big 400 gallon, or it might be bigger than that, I'm not sure. He has a big tank that's kind of like the centerpiece of the store. It doesn't even have water in it yet. He's still getting things up and running.
I know he has African cichlid tank he's setting up, because I did watch a video.
That might be that one. I don't know. But it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous store. Saltwater and freshwater, which is cool. We can go both ways. It's no big deal. That sounded weird, but you know what I meant. We can go to the dark side and still be on the good side of things too. So I'm excited about it. It's super exciting for a couple of reasons. One, to find a new fish store, because that's not something that happens all that often.
I am really excited.
And it's only an hour away from us. We've got now 3 stores that are an hour away from us. It is what it is. Nobody's going to be dumb enough to open a store in King George, but give them a couple of weeks.
I don't know anyone dumb enough to
I know
do that.
A couple of idiots tried that a few years ago, but it didn't really work out because they didn't know what they were doing. But I'm excited about it for 2 reasons. 1, cool to find a new fish store. 2, it's just cool to see a mom and pop fish store opening anywhere.
I know, it's so exciting.
In this current state that our hobby is in, it's nice to see that somebody is opening, because you hear all the stories nonstop about stores closing. Yep. So I'm excited about that. Really happy for him. And he seems like a super good guy. The store is going to be...
It's has
amazing.
Been working on it for a while too, so that's awesome.
It's apparent.
Yeah.
Listen, he didn't go into this place and just fabricate a bunch of racks out of 2x4s like your boy did. No, his racks they look like, in fact, I asked him, did Custom Aquariums make that? Because it looked like they did. It's got like oak, and it's all stained, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm not kidding you when I tell you it looks like an Apple store. But it's fish tanks, and it's beautiful. So I told him, I said, hey, you know what? I plan on starting a saltwater tank down here. I'm going to go big. You'll be the guy I come to get my fish. So he was excited about that. Instant friends. I loved it. It was awesome. And there you go. New fish store opening. 1, that's good news. And 2, it's close to us. That's even better news. So really excited about that. Thank you for telling me about it, because
of course.
I would not have known, because I don't go on the hell that is Facebook. I don't do that.
Well, I've got to tell you about the new fish stores so we can go and you can buy me new fish.
There you go. Absolutely.
There is a reason for me telling you.
Because we both know that's exactly what'll be going on.
Yep.
All right. Let me, wow, good Lord, what happened here? Let me clear these out real quick. Multi-Tank Addiction with the $20 first super chat of the stream. Everyone show some love. Wow. Thank you. $20 for no reason. Yeah. Him and I were chatting the other night. Gave him a little bit of advice. He doesn't have to pay me for that.
Aww.
Very nice of you, Chris. Thank you so much. Snickers fund for Corey's visit. Snickers, tacos. What else are we're going to have tacos that night because it's Corey. Yeah, we're going to have to make sure we're prepared for Corey. So thank you, Cavalier 60. That'll buy at least 4 Snickers for Corey's visit.
I'll just message Katie and ask her.
There you go. She'll probably tell you all kinds of crazy stuff knowing her. Fish Tank Barn with the $5 Glow Beta Big Fish Deal Fund. Yeah. I wonder if they'll have Glow Betas there. Mike's going to be there, so that'll be a lot of fun. We'll have to see. Kaler's Aquatics with the sad $20 super chat in memory and honor of my bird friend Lolly. Our friendship was short but very sincere. She was rescued from a meth house and subsequently suffered health issues for 7 years before dying way too young. R.I.P. That's is so tragic. I'm very sad to hear that. Thank you for ruining my evening, Kaler. But no, this is not all about me. Thank you. That means a lot that you would be in grief and still paying money to say something on that's just crazy. I mean, but
she was so cute too.
Was it like a parrot or something, or like one of those?
I'm not a bird person, so I don't know
Oh.
for sure. But she was adorable. I saw a video. I think it was on no, it was an actual video. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was so cute.
King and Queen Cichlids with the $10. Scott being a rascal like he always does. Thank you for changing the camera to who we all came here for, Lisa. Now, I'm going to tell you why he's saying that, because he's doing a video. It comes out tomorrow where him and Liz are competing.
Yep.
I commented on that video. I saw you commented on it too, didn't you? Or no, that was another one. I just made you look like a jerk. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I commented on there, I'm going to do everything I can do to make sure Liz wins this contest. And there's a very specific reason why. She said if she wins, she gets a new dog. He said if he wins, he gets golf clubs. I'm like,
I thought you were going to say cat. I was
No.
like, this changes everything.
obviously, I'm going to root for the one that's going to get a new dog out of the deal. So yeah, I'll be rooting for Liz. But they did 2 different cameras, and the contest is to see which footage is best at the Baltimore Aquarium.
Yeah, the phone or the camera. I
Right.
saw that.
So-
It should be interesting.
It'll be fun. Natalie O'Malley with the $2, filling my 10-gallon with new fish. What should I get? Not glow betas. No. We're going to talk about that in a minute. You are more the nano person than I am, because I'm going to say harlequins. I'm going to say guppies. I'm going to say, so for you, and rummy nose tetras. You know what? Get you about 10 rummy nose tetras. That's all you need.
Or get some white clouds. They're fun.
White clouds are fun.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, I'm not going to say rummy nose. Guppies?
Rummy nose do get a little big for a 10-gallon, but I'm just
I
being
mean,
selfish
even
here.
guppies, you got to be careful because those things, they breed like crazy. But yeah, I mean, there's so much out there to choose from. Get just a regular beta, a regular one, and put some Corys in there. It's fun.
There you go. Kenneth Steele loves painting of girl. I'm assuming he's talking about the painting of you back there behind you, the pink painting of you
Ugh.
back there.
All this smoke.
Whatever,
Gosh,
drama
I'm
queen.
choking to death.
You're as much of a drama queen as Audrey Hepburn, excuse me. Okay. Thank you, Kenneth Steele. That's a painting of Audrey Hepburn, as much as it looks like Lisa. But yeah, I'm going to root for Liz,
Not
not to disrespect Scott. Scott knows I got a lot of love for him, but the problem is I'd rather see her get a dog than him get golf clubs. That's
Yeah.
just the bottom line right there.
A cute
So-
little dog, yeah.
I think they already have like 3 dogs, but you can always use a 4th. So there we go. Okay. Are we ready to get into this? Because I'm going to turn the camera over to you. I'm going to let you do your thing. And because
Talk about putting someone right on the spot.
no, I'm not going to put you on the spot. You know, I'll work with you. The thing is, her and I have pretty much the exact same opinion about this whole ordeal with the glow betas. However, for the sake of good conversation, I am going to take the devil's advocate position. I am going to be the one on the other side. We're not going to turn this into an argument, but I'm going to be on the other side of it to kind of work with you on this.
Argue with me?
I don't want to argue with you. I don't have the energy for that. But to make it interesting, rather than me just sitting here going, yep, you're right. I know. You got, yes, that's true. That's boring. I don't want to do that. So what I will do is present kind of the other side of the equation. But before that gets said, because I know you're getting nervous now because you're like, oh boy, here I go. Understand that when we talk about this, we are talking about our personal opinions.
Yeah.
That's all this is. We're not trying to start a movement. We're not trying to, we're just giving our opinions on this. Some people probably will not like our opinions, and that's okay. Because I'll tell you, I could disagree with you and I could still enjoy your content. I could still enjoy you as a person. I could still consider you to be a friend. I'm looking at the camera. I'm not looking at Marie because she knows I feel that way about her, but I'm looking at all of you to tell you that. So kind of go into this with the same mentality of, hey, you know what? We might not have the same opinion, but that's okay. Although there's 448 people in here watching right now.
And not everybody is going to have the exact same opinion.
They're
There's
not.
gonna be
However,
mixed opinions
I
here.
would be willing to bet 440 of them are going to side with us. We're not trying to get you to side with us, but I'm saying,
don't know. I have seen so many people that are for the glow betas.
but the thing is, they're not on a live stream about fish keepers. You see what I'm saying? The people that are on here, they're our crazy people. That's who they are. They're
And
crazy
there's
fish keepers like us.
There's lurkers watching just to see.
Yeah.
No.
There probably is.
I
But
know.
if we don't all agree, that's fine. We're not trying to go viral. We're not trying to,
No. That's the
this
whole
is-
point of doing this as a stream and not a video. Like, that's what I told John. I don't want to do a video about glow betas because I don't want to advertise them. I don't want them to be something to where people are getting, I don't even know how I'm putting it. My point is, I'd rather just have a friendly discussion on a live stream and then leave it at that. There's nothing wrong with having a discussion and having your own opinion. Like, my thing is, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah.
Go for it.
I guess my point is, I don't have a problem with the actual fish because that fish didn't have anything to do with being created. The fish I actually feel sorry for, and I hope that people will take good care of them so that they don't suffer. I wish they were never created to begin with. That's my point. So I'm not going to advertise them to be bought. I mean, I'm just not.
Even though we kind of are, because we're talking about them.
We are on a live stream, but let's be serious. Our views on a live stream are so much lower than an actual video. A video that'll be around forever.
We got 480 in here right now without Corey leading in. So
I totally get that, but this is more of a discussion to talk with people. I mean, and I'm fine with people that, like I said, I don't have a problem with somebody that owns any glowfish or any glow betas for that matter. I would never own one myself, and I would not own one and tell everybody I own one. I just wouldn't do it.
Well, let me interrupt you because Rob's Aquarium, ROBZ, with a really cool avatar, just summed up our opinions. So obviously Rob is going to be somebody that we agree with. I think the glow fish / beta is a marketing gimmick to get kids to make their parents buy fish.
Oh, I think that's the number one reason. I mean, the person that created them he didn't do it purposely. It wasn't intentional. It was more of a science experiment. And we all know the story, why they were actually created. Or I think most people do. It was to find the toxins in the water and all that good stuff, whatever. But the thing is, it could have stopped there. It could have stayed as a science experiment. It could have stayed where they were created in Singapore, and they didn't have to be patented. And this is a life. This isn't a piece of like a book or an object. This is a life, and I just don't believe it should have been. It shouldn't have gone that far.
Genetically modified.
Well, it's just that, again, is my opinion, but they were created. They are out there. They are for sale. But it could have stopped at the glowfish. And it didn't have to go as far as the beta fish because, and that's not me saying, okay, I've accepted the glowfish. I'm just saying they were like, let's find the next fish that's really popular and let's go with that and let's make a whole lot of money. So what's the best fish to go with at this point? The beta, because it's such a gateway fish as it is. It's so easy to take care of. This is just what I see other people saying. It's an easy fish to take care of. You don't have to do a lot. It's already in a cup, so why do we have to put it in an aquarium? Why do we have to do all this? So if you're not educated on how to take care of a beta to begin with, and you think you can just pick it up off the shelf in a cup, you're not going to take the right kind of care, for this fish. I guess that's my point, what I'm trying to say. But then you have little kids that are like, oh, you know what? My best friend, they just got a glow beta. Now I want a glow beta, and everyone wants a glow beta. And there's all these cute little setups. Let's go get all these pretty little pink plants. Let's go get, the cool light and all that. And most people that are in the fish hobby know that a beta doesn't really want to be in that environment. They want to be in a nice little planted aquarium. And I know not everybody is able to grow plants. I know it's hard to grow plants in an aquarium, but they would rather be in something like that than in a tank with all these glow things,
neon pink plants.
And most likely, if kids are getting them, let's think about this. They're getting up in the morning. They're like, oh, hi, fishy, fishy. They're getting ready to go to school. They don't have time for anything. So they're going to get ready. They're going to go to school. Oh, well, they're going to get home from school, do their homework, do all that. Oh, I didn't turn the light on. Well, you know what? Maybe that'll be my night light tonight. So this fish is in a light at night as a night light. I'm just being hypothetical here. At night, in a night light, the aquarium light. But during the day, it's in the room, probably not with the light on, but you have the regular daylight. Maybe not by a window, but just even regular daylight in a room. That's light. So they're getting daylight, probably night light, and that's a lot of light for a beta. And if anybody knows how to take care of a beta, they know that they don't want 24 hours of light. They want some light, but they don't want a whole lot of light. And what do you got? Because I could just go on and on.
Well, I'm going to add, because there's been a few people that have said, what about the fact that these can bring new people into the hobby? And that's definitely true. But to add to what you were saying, my personal opinion, because listen, folks, I know we've talked about this so many times, but I go into a lot of houses every day for my full-time job. I see a lot of aquariums, and I'm not BSing you here. 9 out of 10 of them are trash. They're terrible. The water is that low. The fish are miserable. They're dirty. You know what a dirty aquarium looks like. You know what I'm talking about. And there's more that are nasty than the ones that are good. That happens for one of two reasons. One, you get little Jimmy that says, I want an aquarium because I got straight A's. And they go and get Jimmy an aquarium. He loses interest after 2 weeks. We all know how all parents know how that goes. But the other thing that I wanted to add, and that's a bad thing, okay? Because the parents, they're not interested in the fish. They got it just to shut the kid up. They're not interested in taking care of the fish, and so the fish ends up being miserable. We all know that story. It happens every single day. But something that I wanted to add to that when it comes to the glowfish, this is just my opinion, okay? It might be a hot take. I don't know, but it's just my opinion. I believe that most of the children, I know there's adults that get them. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. The children that get them want them because they glow and because it would be something cool to show to their friends. That's why they want these fish. It has nothing to do with wanting to nurture a life and take care of a life and raise the fish. That's not what it's about for them. It's about, it's something neat. Look at it. It's neon pink. I want to be able to show that to all of my friends. So they buy the fish. The novelty wears off after a week. Now it's a hassle. They let it turn upside down. You know what I'm talking about here. So it is, in that respect, it is a bad thing. And this is why we say the glowfish thing, they are, the worst thing about it is the fact that they are made for kids.
Can somebody kick this aquarium coop guy out?
Yeah, shut him down for 30 minutes. Don't let him talk. He's going to be talking enough here next week. But I already made that announcement, Corey. I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but yeah, that's the biggest thing. I want as many kids as possible to join this hobby. I want them to join this hobby. I want them to enjoy it for what it is. I want them to fall in love with the fact that they are responsible for this life, no different than a puppy or a hamster. I want them to do that, and I want them to raise them up, and I want them to be future fish keepers, right? It all works out best for all of us the more new fish keepers we get. But I don't want it to be glow betas and glow tetras and glow tiger barbs that get them into this hobby, because I think it's for the wrong reasons. It's the novelty effect of it, not necessarily what we should be attracted to. Am I making any sense? I don't know. I just wanted to add that it is definitely the person. I promise you, I've never had a conversation with this person, and I don't even think he speaks English, because I think, isn't he from Singapore or something? I don't know. The guy that created Glowfish and owns the patent on it and all of that, I guarantee you his thought was, the children are going to want these.
And money. It's all about money.
Well, yeah. The kids are going to want it. They're going to buy it, and we're going to make money.
If you go on the Glowfish site and you can buy them online from the place, they have a 6-pack.
I'm going to show it right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
a
cover me
6-pack beta sorority that
Nope,
you
not
can
that
buy.
one.
$59.99. You can buy 6 female betas. And the only thing it says is they recommend a 10-gallon tank. What? I mean,
move towards the door just a little bit. I've got it on the screen right now, and it's covering up the corner of your head. There you go.
So my point is, they're going to sell 6 female betas, not give any kind of education on starting a sorority, but suggest that they need to be in at least a 10-gallon tank. So a 10-gallon tank with plastic plants and like glow plastic plants, no, that's just not how you would do a beta sorority to begin with. So it's like, I'm just not falling for it. I mean, you want 6 fish that glow, go get 6 Danios. You don't need 6 female betas. Glow betas is what I'm trying to say.
I'm with you. You're done with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you see the disgust on my face?
I know. I still got you on camera. You can move back over now a little bit, but thank you. So yeah, I mean, I agree with that. It's automatically with, okay, now we're going to offer glow betas, but we're also going to offer the beta sororities, which beta sororities are definitely a hot button thing. We're not going to go all night talking about those, but
that's not even something that I recommend with regular, betas. I don't think people should just go out and start that. Do research and be careful.
Yeah, I mean, and again, what you're doing here is not you, but what Mr. Glowfish is doing is you've created a product that is going to draw the attention of children, and now you're going to throw them into a situation where they're keeping 6 females in a tank, which we know can be challenging because we've got sororities, multiple sororities in our house, and everybody knows beta sororities can be challenging. So you're putting them in a situation that's almost doomed to fail. And you're putting them in a 10-gallon tank with a black light and pink neons. It's an absolute nightmare.
Just to stress them out. I mean, it's already a fact that if you don't do it the right way, anyways, you're going to stress out your betas. So you're going to put them in a horrible situation where there's just no way they're going to work out in that tank. And like someone else said, I think it was Jess, so 6 glow betas died, they'll just buy 6 more to replace them, and they're going to keep making money off of them.
Yeah, I think that the criteria, it'll never happen. Just like you have to have a 125-gallon tank in order to buy an Oscar is never going to happen. But I wish the criteria could be if you're going to buy little Keegan a glowfish, it cannot be Keegan's first fish, right? Because we want, I don't know why I said the name Keegan. I don't know anybody named Keegan, but we want Keegan to fall in love with the nature side of this, the science of this. We want him to fall in love with bringing this life, raising this life up. That is what we want to be appealing to the child, not the fact that it's glowing green or glowing pink. And that's what I was trying to say before, is that it's the novelty of it that's going to attract them. And then, oh my God, I can put 6 of them, 6 bettas in a 10-gallon tank, and they're all neon green and neon yellow. Oh, my friends will be so thrilled when they see that. You're setting these kids up for disaster, and you're setting these fish up for disaster. So any way you want to look at it, I'm supposed to be the guy playing the opposite side of the argument here. And I've been failing at that miserably because I agree with everything that you're saying. But I do believe, I'll give you a break here. I'll put me on camera. I do believe that glowfish do play a role in bringing new fish keepers to this hobby. I do think that they play an important role in that. And I'm sure that it brings permanent fish keepers into this hobby. However, I think that it probably, the frustration that new fish keepers have that makes them leave this hobby, which is what we are trying to prevent, I think is even more frustrating when you're talking about fish that are glowing. Because when the novelty's worn off, it's not all that cool anymore that these fish are glowing. It's like you buy a new car, you wash it twice a week and you make sure, everything's, don't you wear your shoes in this car? You are not going through the drive-through in this car. This is what we do when we have new cars, right? But after 2 weeks, it's like, whatever, come on, just whatever. The novelty wears off. It's no longer cool anymore. You got this because it was fancy and it was unique and it was something to show off to your friends. And now you're having all these problems. To hell with it. I'm out. That's my biggest fear. I feel like glowfish will compound the problem that we are trying to prevent. Our whole goal with our channel is to keep fish keepers fish keeping. And I feel like this is setting us up to fail at that. And I don't like it. Now, I will say this. This is going to shock you a little bit, but I think you kind of said it too. So I don't think, and this is not just me taking the other side of the argument. I think glowfish are pretty damn cool looking. The bettas, the tetras, the tiger, they're really cool looking fish. I will admit that. They're very cool. I've never seen a glow betta in real life. I've seen the pictures.
I haven't gone in any stores just because I don't want to see them. I'm just not there yet. I seriously I don't want to have them in front of me.
The thumbnail for this stream, I don't either, but the thumbnail for this stream, it's not a glow betta. It's a betta that I made glow. I didn't want to rip off a glow betta picture from somebody. I don't know, but it took me like 45 minutes to make that stupid fish glow. So y'all better appreciate this thumbnail.
That's the only one I like.
It's not even a glow betta. It's just a betta that is beautiful. And I got it off Shutterstock. And thank you, Corey. And yeah, that's where we are there. But they are very, very cool. It's very neat to see them glowing, but it's neat to see. I don't want it, but it's neat to see. But in all honesty, I hope it's a fad that lasts maybe another year and then it goes away.
And I did say the fish itself isn't, I don't hate that fish. I don't hate any glowfish. I don't think that they are here because they, you know what I mean? It's not, they're not here because they have to be here.
They don't serve a purpose other than novelty.
Yeah, I mean, it's not their fault. So it's not like I hate the fish for it. And again, I don't hate fish keepers that keep them. I just wish people didn't, and I just wish they weren't created. And if you do have them, just do the right thing with them. That's all I can say is do the right thing with them if you do have them.
I agree completely. Why don't you collect your thoughts? And I'm going to go through these super chats here real quick so that because I know you got a lot more to say, and you're probably it's all running around in your head right now. So you take a second to think about that, and I will address these. Kaler's Aquatics with another $10. This guy, we do pizza on Fridays. He pretty much pays for it every week from our live stream. Robert Egan, $10. How's your memory? I remember you gave us a bunch of money last week. You have an answer to my question from last week. What was this question last week? Listen, Robert.
Oh, you did tell him.
I know I did. Yep. I remember, but the problem is I don't remember what the question was. Don't you dare include more money in it. I'm going to be watching the chat. Put your question in there. And I will answer whatever it was. I promise I will get it, and you will not let me forget tonight to do that. That way it's going to be your fault. I can blame it on you.
Just like mailing out all of the.
Yep, I blamed it all on you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Freshwater Cole with the Canadian $2. Do you find glowfish same category as painted too? Painted? Painted. I don't know what that means. What is painted fish?
Oh.
Was that a spell check?
No, there are fish that have designs on them.
Oh, no, that's ridiculous. No, I've never seen that.
I think I'm not 100% sure. I think they might be.
Are they tattooed?
They're like tattooed. Haven't you seen the goldfish that have that on them?
No, I would absolutely not support that at all.
I've seen that.
Absolutely not. No. So yeah, if that's what it is, freshwater coal, the answer is no. Do I find them the same category as painted? Yeah, I mean, it's decorating the fish to make a novelty out of it.
Well, I in that aspect, I don't feel like it's the same thing. I think when they're tattooed like that, I'm not sure how they do that, but to me, that would be more of a torture.
Painful, yeah.
Yeah, where I don't think glowfish go through the pain that kind of way. But again, how do we know how they feel? They can't tell us, but
that's the thing.
I really think there is a difference.
And
don't agree with either, though.
I don't know that glowfish have been around long enough for us to know long-term effects of their life, as a result of the genetic altercations. Is that altercations? What? It's late, folks. I'm sorry. Alterations. Is that really what a genetic who cares? But yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer that. I agree they are different, and I think they're both wrong. And a lot of people are commenting now that it is injected with dye. So it's tattooing fish. No, I don't like that.
I will never forget when we had the fish store. We first opened up the fish store, and I had no knowledge at all of fish being dyed or anything like that. And I'm not sure if we picked them out together when we got them from Seagrass or if I went to our wholesaler and picked them out myself, but we did get a tank full jelly beans.
Which are basically glowfish.
No, they were dyed. And the reason why I know they were dyed is because we had a couple left that didn't sell. The color wore off. And I remember people coming back and saying, my fish didn't stay purple. My fish didn't stay green. And we're talking about a fish that's already a hybrid to begin with. And it was dyed. I was in so much shock. I was like, I can't believe it. I just didn't know. And never again. Never again.
Yeah, I do remember that. And I remember, we didn't know what we were doing when we bought those. That was unfortunate. So Brandon with the $5, I've got a feeling a lot of people buying these will also use actual black lights on the tanks too, adding insult to injury with all that UV light. Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Agree.
It's absolutely true.
Isn't UV light what we put suntan lotion on for, so we don't get that, so we aren't affected by it?
Yeah, this is the truth. We're all speaking truth here, especially Brandon. Moonstone comes in with the $10. Live animals are not toys. Such a good message. It's very true, especially the ones that are in water. There's toy poodles. It's absolutely true. They're not toys. They are living things, and they should not be genetically altered. It's ridiculous.
Castro made a good point. What about juice cichlids? You can go to stores and you think you're buying a
2-inch male.
A 2-inch male peacock, German red, and you take it home, and after about a week or 2 weeks, it's not red anymore. It's gray.
I don't like that, obviously.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it for the fact that you get duped into buying these fish that end up being females, and then what do?
Because you're trying to have an all-male tank to curb aggression and breeding?
So yeah, I definitely disagree with that. I don't put it at the same level as a glow beta, though, because the hormones, it's in the food, they eat it, and then it wears off, and they're not bright colored anymore. It's not a long-term thing. It's not, the glow betas are not a temporary thing. They're going to be like that their entire life. So again, just like the painted ones, which until we had this conversation, I didn't even know about those. It's a different thing, but it's just as bad. The main reason why I dislike hormoned fish is that it's kind of a ripoff. You're ripping people off.
You're lying.
That's a problem that I have with those.
You're pretty much, it's false advertisement in a sense.
Not in a sense. It's absolutely false advertisement. Not 100% of the time, because some of those could still be males.
That's why I said.
But probably 50% of the time it is false advertising. Yes. Aquarium Conversations been keeping fish for about 3 years. For me, it's the whole setup, the hardscape, plants, lights, and the fish. I look at it as art, not just a fish. That's very true. Very, very true. And I second that. Does that apply to glow betas? I don't think he's saying that having anything to do with, or she is saying that having anything to do with glow betas. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It is the entire package, which is why that tank behind Marie is so embarrassing. And that's your tank. You got to get on that.
It's my tank.
It's always been your tank.
You set it up for the API video. It was your tank. This is what John did.
Oh, here we go. Let's get off top. I'm going to put the camera on you.
What? John decided to scape the tank for the API video, and he planted a nubius. Corey
just canceled his trip here because you said that.
So I saved them, and they are no longer in there. And I do need to escape that tank. I just wanted to wait for it to properly cycle, be done with the entire cycle, make sure the fish were good, everybody was good, and then I want to start escaping it. But this tank was kind of a quarantine tank at the exact same time as a starting up tank. So why would I put plants in something that new?
Yeah, she's not lying to you. I did put those plants in there, but the reason why I put them in there is because you put them in there. You bought them for that tank, and you just threw them in there. And I'm I got to do a video.
John, I did not throw them in there, but I gave you a piece of driftwood. I said, soak it.
Okay. Well, anyway, they're not in there anymore. So I'm not a planted guy. I don't know anything about plants. That's why Corey's coming here next week. He's going to tell me everything there is to know about plants. And I'm going to try to coerce him into doing the 10 things planted tank edition. We got the studio set up right over there. You can't see it, but it's all set up. Green screen up on the wall, lights. It's awesome. And hopefully Corey will grace that studio's presence next week. It'll be awesome. So, but anyway, yeah, I just put them in there. I didn't want them floating in the tank, so I put them down in the gravel. I don't care. Y'all can make fun of me, whatever. But Robert Egan, he disobeyed me. He directly disobeyed me, and he sent another $10 and said, "You're slipping. I want to know what organization names fish." We did answer that last week. See, you were under the weather, and you don't remember that we answered it. But it wasn't us that answered it. It was somebody else answered it for us, and then we talked about it at the end, and still I don't remember what the name of that organization is. Yeah, we did talk about it, but you fell asleep. That was the problem.
No, he was feeling unwell.
I know. So he fell asleep because he wasn't feeling good. Paul Holland with the Canadian $6.99. Love your streams. Honest and factual. Great job. Keep up the good work. Any tips for inexpensive CO2 systems for a 120-gallon planted tank? Nope. Because we have not had success yet with CO2. Maybe we haven't had the right systems in place. It's been one of those things that's been a total nightmare for us, for me anyway, when I tried to set it up. So I would not have any advice. I'm sorry that you wasted your money. That's a terrible thing. But you know what? If you come back next week and don't pay the money, don't be a Robert Egan and deliberately disobey me. That's what my mom used to say to me when I was a kid. Don't do that. Just come back next Thursday. Corey's going to be on here with me. He can tell you everything you need to know about CO2. Just ask that question then.
You know what's funny
he'll
is
give
I
you a
have
good
a
answer.
125-gallon planted aquarium. I don't use CO2.
Well, I know, which is why I didn't turn that question over to you, because we don't use CO2.
Okay.
I mean,
some people might feel like maybe he wanted to know if he has to use it.
we have had success. I mean, I know there's some plants we probably would not have success with if we didn't have the CO2. But, I mean, there's plants that we were told, if you're going to have those, you have to have CO2. So, maybe we have all the plants that you don't need those. I don't know. But yeah, there we go. So come back next week. Selfish plug here. And we'll answer that. Corey will answer that for you next week. Aquariums maintained by Andy. Fish aren't furniture. It's very true.
That's
the two
right.
biggest things in my world. Old Fish Guy gave the $15 for more tacos for Corey for next week. Yeah. I don't know. We've got a Pancho Villa, which is like a chain here. I don't think they're a national chain, and they're not even called Pancho Villa anymore, but we've got a mom and pop. It's not even a mom and pop, a small chain right around the corner. Our 17-year-old actually works there. And then we've got a Taco Bell. I don't know if Corey is too snobby of a taco guy to like Taco Bell tacos.
Taco Bell, that's so generic.
But we're going to make him tacos.
No, I got an even better idea. We'll bring Isaiah over.
Ooh. No, because that house has the flu. We're not bringing that over here. No, she can stay over there. Laura Barron, I hope that's how you say your name, became a new member tonight. Welcome to the team. Very exciting. We don't see new members pop up much anymore, and it's very sad because we're really trying to do a whole lot more for the members now. So thank you, Laura. I hope that you enjoy your stay as a team member. Robert Egan, again, this guy, $40 so far tonight. What's your opinion on Eheim canister filters? We sold Eheim canister filters when we had our store. We sold two. We got two in because they're very expensive. The margin on them is very small. We got two of them in because we thought we had to. And we sold one of them, and we sold both of them, and one of them came back leaking. And it actually ruined these people's hardwood floors. And the guy wanted to get us to pay. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the guy that had the two little girls that would run around.
Yeah, and I looked at him and I went, mm-mm. And I think he kind of gave up right away.
They were nice.
They were very nice
were
people.
nice.
Yeah, we actually lived in the same neighborhood as them, but it was almost like he was trying to hint like we should be responsible for, and it was just, no, that's not happening. And he gave up on that. But no, they're very good filters. They are expensive. You got to be prepared for that. They're more expensive than the Fluvels. I have you on camera right now, by the way, just so you know, not to pick your nose or anything, but because I know you like to do that when the camera's not on you. But but yeah, they're good filters. They are expensive, a little bit more expensive than the Fluvels. I am a Fluval guy. I've had very good success with Fluval filters, but the Eheims are great too. There you go. Fluvels are more accessible because you can buy the media and stuff like that at Petco's, PetSmarts. You know, it's easier to get to, but you're going to end up ordering it all online and you know it. So you'll be fine. Aquarium conversations with another $5. I missed Brandon. Hold on here. I can't do that. Finally, a question I was able to answer for Robert Egan for all that money he's paid us. Those glowfish are close to as bad as the goldfish in 5-gallon bowls. Yes, they are. I agree. We could do a whole thing, a whole stream on betas, or excuse me, goldfish in bowls. I saw Corey joking earlier about when is there going to be a glow goldfish. I think he said something like glowed fish or something he'd call them.
It doesn't surprise me. What they do, they make them feeder fish. Why wouldn't they dye them?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all either. But see, I'm glad he brought that up 30 minutes ago, because it's something I did want to bring up. What's next? Are glow angels coming? Are we going to see is there going to be a day where we're going to see a glow Oscar? Because if you think about it, they're going for all of the fish that they sell a ton of. The tiger barbs, the tetras, are they white skirt tetras, the danios, the betas now. What's next? Well, I mean, if you go down the list of super popular fish, they're not going to do neons and cardinals because they're just too small and, you know.
They look no different.
They're neon anyway. So
danios, if they're dyed.
Right.
You know what I mean.
And they glow without the dye, so, or the whatever it is. I know it's not dye, but they're going to have to start moving to stuff that's bigger. Are we going to see in our lifetime glow Oscars?
I hope
glow
not.
arowanas? I mean, can you even imagine? I promise you, whoever that idiot is that started the whole glowfish phenomenon, yeah, you're an idiot. A greedy idiot, I might add. I guarantee you that dude is sitting back thinking, we can go all the way with this.
Someone just said glow discus. That would really burn
See,
me up.
how
even
dare
more.
you?
That's horrible.
Now you done made Lisa mad. But it's no different than me saying glow arowanas. I mean, they've done all of the small fish. They're not all of them. What am I talking about? All of the fish that they've done have been the small fish. When are they going to move up to something bigger? It would not surprise me if angels are next. They're a big seller.
Yeah.
Silver dollars? They're not as big a seller, I don't think, as. But yeah, the goldfish, glow comets. Are you kidding me?
Can you imagine though the discus? Because they're already so expensive in the hobby. If they did that, I can't even imagine.
That
horrible.
Yeah, if they do, that's going to make people. I think that's going to make people make signs and start picketing places. I think if they went that far with it, that's why they're doing these community fish, and they're like, you know what? These are $2 and $3 fish that we can treat with this, and we can make them $6, $8 fish, and the kids will love them, and we'll make millions. And I'm sure they're making millions, if not billions. They're not making billions, but they're making millions and millions of dollars off this stupid glowfish thing.
They're getting money from the products as well. I mean, they make special food. Special water conditioner. Okay.
Right, because they need different water conditioner because all of that.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, look, when something makes money, they're always going to keep going with it.
It's just sad that it has to be a living being is all, you know. Like,
this is an iPhone 11. If they didn't keep going with stuff, we would still be holding the little iPhone 1s or whatever they were called.
the flip phone things.
Yeah, that. I mean, they're always looking to improve things. I stepped right over top of you, but it's just because I had my phone and everything.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop at betas. I'm just curious to know when it's going to move up to bigger fish, because they've done it with all the little ones. When are they going to move up to the big ones? Anyway, let's move on. Aquarium conversations. Betas are nice just the way they are. So many, like half moon, dragon scale, bumblebee, koi, etc. Glow baiters are just inhumane. It's just a cash grab. Absolutely, exactly what we've been saying the whole time. That's definitely what it is. People buy them, and they do. They buy them. You know, listen, I'm going to tell you something. We did 2 videos, 2 10 Things episodes, which happened to be some of our top performing videos on our channel. I think both of these videos are, no, one of them's like the 3rd most watched video on our channel. And the other one didn't do so well, but it's up there. It's probably in the top 20 of all of our videos on our channel where we talked about glowfish. And one of them, she was really mean. She was really mean writing the word or reading the words that I wrote, but she said something about, you know, glowfish owners or children, or I don't remember what it was.
I don't know. I think that was the part where I threw in my own advice and my own words.
Yep.
For that one.
We've caught so much heat for that.
That's
so
okay.
many people have
I don't care.
Commented on. It's not your fault. It's my fault. But
I agree. So I don't care.
Well, yeah, but you know, you probably would have said it differently if I hadn't put it on there. But anyway, that's beside the point. There's been so many comments on that video. Go look at it if you don't believe me. It is these fish should not be in the aquarium hobby anymore. It's our third most watched video on our channel. It has a big, giant, like 13-inch comet goldfish on the thumbnail. Really crappy thumbnail, but this video's done well. We talk about it in there. And in the comment section, people are like, I'm an adult. I have glowfish. I treat them well. They're awesome. How dare you? That's really rude of you. It's rampant in that comment section, which I say, hey, bring it on. That's no problem. But yeah, but well said there, Aquarium Conversations. Fish Tank Barn with $5. Buy Corey and ice cream on me. Absolutely. That's not a problem. We'll buy a whole tub of ice cream and he can sit here and eat it on the live stream. That'd be awesome. Paul Holland became a member. See, we mentioned member because somebody became a member. We got another new one. Awesome. Welcome to the team. There will be a video out tomorrow for members only, so be looking forward to that. We just haven't recorded it yet. Members only videos are kind of like a behind the scenes quick thing. Like here's something that nobody else has seen. That's kind of what we do on Fridays. So be looking forward to that, Paul, tomorrow.
You add who does those videos and edits them.
That's you now.
That's right. I do the editing for the members only videos. So.
It is very true. The last two, she has been the editor on. I have sat and watched and made sure.
I'm learning.
I'm teaching her.
Watch out for my cat channel.
Oh boy, here we go. I can see my hard drive filling up already. Cajun Aquatics, thank you too for all that you do. Last week's live stream for couples really got my wife deeper in the hobby. Needless to say, I'm a happy fish keeper and husband. How awesome is that?
You're welcome. And thank you.
We had a little bit of an impact. That's awesome. And thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate that a lot. Chattanooga Ed with the dancing kitty. He knows that you love kitties.
Aww.
And so he put a ninja kitty on there.
Him.
We'll see him in 2 weeks.
I know. I can't wait. It'll be fun.
David LL with the 4-9. Golly, these super chats. What is happening here? I have 4 comet goldfish. Could I put them in a 75-gallon with a Fluval 407, or should I put them in bigger filtration? A 407, you're borderline. The 407 is a good filter. I have one on a 75-gallon tank in our garage. I did a video all about it. It's a great filter. It's nice and strong. Goldfish are big poopers. They're big waste producers. They are big water foulers. Corey on his 800-gallon, which you see is all, it doesn't even look like there's water in it. It's so clear. He's got a major sump system on there, and he added a FX6. I think he has a major sump system on there, doesn't he? I might have just misspoke. I'll find out next week, but I'm pretty sure he does. But I know he's got an FX6 on there too, and he's not going to just have an FX6 and a little sponge filter and an 800-gallon tank full of all those big goldfish. So yeah, it's, I think you'd probably be okay. You're really going to need to be up on your water changes though, because that's a lot of fit. They're probably small now, but comets grow pretty big. And, I would anticipate needing to get them in something bigger soon, because they're not the fastest growers, but before you know it, that 75 gallons is going to be too small for those 4 comets. Robert Egan again, this guy, I don't understand this guy. I don't understand. We could practically retire because of this guy. My Eheim filters produce enough heat from the motors that is transferred to the pump end that I don't need heaters in my tanks. I ran lots of tests. How about that? That I have not heard that. I mean, of course, I know pumps will produce heat and all that kind of stuff. I do know that, but I never heard that about the Eheims, and that scares me a little bit, if I'm being honest. But I don't know. That's hearing something for the first time on a live stream, and then the natural reaction. That's what you just got. But Robert, you spoil us. You don't have to pay money every time you want to say something. I realize we might not. Yep, there he is. Corey said 6 foot sump with 5 foot extension for the sump. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Corey has a monster filtration system on there and has the FX6 on there. But I think he uses the FX6. Corey, correct me if I'm wrong. I probably won't see it, but I think he uses it for the same reason I use mine on my 240, just as like a water polisher. But Robert, you don't have to pay us every time you want to say something. See, I saw Corey's comment. Aqua Discovery glowfish were engineered to detect water pollutants. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
We said that.
Yeah, in the beginning.
But then they saw that's going to be attractive to kids. So yeah,
well,
you're right.
I mean, like I said in the beginning, the creation of them wasn't so
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, well, they did it for something that, I mean, you know, they did it. Why they did it wasn't such a bad idea, is what I'm trying to say. But they should have kept it there. They shouldn't have gone on with it. They shouldn't have tried to make a bunch of money with it and start reproducing a bunch more, you know, and taking it to the next level. It's not like they sell the mice that they do experiments on and give them to everybody, you know, and you know what I'm trying to say?
I think so.
Okay, I think they have actually injected mice too and made glow mice.
Oh wow!
Do you know
you just started a whole other conversation.
I read so many articles on this guy today and this week, the guy that actually created them, and he has done a lot. If you're like a huge fish lover and you don't want to hear anything bad about a danio or zebra danio, you don't want to look up those articles, because they're definitely experimented on. But you know what? If you're somebody that goes out and you fish and you catch bluegill and you fry it up, I mean, what can I say? I just don't like knowing that people are creating things just to make a bunch of money off of like that.
Well, and that's the thing. They're creating them for the little kitties to be attracted to them, and they're basically sending them to their death.
Off of. Yeah, and yeah, they're...
Every fish farm that breeds fish is breeding them hoping that they will get rich someday. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to get rich, but I agree their motive, their tactics are flawed. You can breed fish. There's a lot of ways you can make millions of dollars. And creating fish that glow in the dark is not something that needs to be done. I know they don't go in the dark. Let's not all freak out. But Mel Hernandez, $20. Good grief. What's the best place to buy discus? A place that is known to have very healthy fish and replace if DOA happens. I haven't been having great luck. I do have amazing discus from Hans, but the fish and shipping is just too much. So I understand. I understand that, and the only thing that I can say is that when it comes to fish, when it comes to anything, you absolutely get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, absolutely.
When you are dealing with discus, you're dealing with a high-end fish that you don't want to go cheap. I mean, the reason why it costs as much as it does is because the fish are, first of all, they're not rare, but they're an elite fish. I mean, discus are fish that elite fish keepers keep. Usually you're not going to have somebody set up their first tank for discus.
Quality over quantity. That's where I go with that.
I would rather save for an extra month to buy fish from him than buy cheap ones. We've had the cheap ones, and there's a reason why they're cheap. I'm just saying. I mean, so yeah, I get it. I know they're expensive. but we will not buy Discus if they're not from Hans. That's just the way we are. Now, I understand, Watley Discus are amazing. They're awesome. And I would put them up at the same level as Discus Hans, but they're going to be just as expensive. So I would tell you, try to find them, but they're going to be just as expensive. The thing is, Hans is also a wholesaler to stores. Not as much anymore because the stores are getting penny pinching too, because stores are hurting right now.
Yeah.
My advice to you, if you want to avoid the shipping costs, which I know are expensive, and that's part of the deal when it comes to shipping fish, find a retailer that's within a couple hours of you that carries his fish.
But make sure you know for a fact. I would actually
Contact Hans.
contact Hans and ask him.
Say, hey, I live in Minnesota. I don't know where you live, but I'm just saying wherever you live now.
That's how I got duped. And I ended up getting beta.
Yeah, but let's not say names.
Discus.
Let's not say
I
names.
never have and I never will.
And I would have told you, Hans doesn't have yellow Discus.
They
Anyway,
weren't yellow.
yes, they most certainly
They were
were.
not yellow.
They were gold. Anyway.
No, they weren't. Okay, we're not going to talk about this.
Missinde PT Inc. I hope I'm saying that right. Became a member. Welcome to the team. Laura Barron, again, been a long time lurker. Thanks for everything. At the Big Fish deal, there's a plan to have a round table where it's going to be me and it's going to be hopefully Rachel and Jimmy and Scott and
Oh, you remember
everybody.
Jimmy this time.
And well, because I just found out he's going to be there. But anyway, Jimmy is on the only video on my entire channel that has limited monetization. You watch yourself, Jimmy. Literally the only one on our channel. But anyway, we're going to have a roundtable discussion about YouTube. Corey is like grinding his teeth right now, wishing he was staying for this. One of the things that I'm going to say to the people that are at this roundtable is most people that are consuming live stream content are not watching. They are listening. And you, Laura Barron, have just proven that. Longtime lurker. When somebody says they're a lurker, that means, I take that as, I'm not really watching. I just kind of have you on in the background. And I don't really say anything in the chat, but I just have you on while I'm doing other things. If that's not what you meant by it, Laura, I apologize. But that's what I take lurking to be. And I think that's what most people do. I think that the majority of people that are consuming
I lurk
content,
all the time.
so do I, but I'm not even watching. I just have it on for something to make noise, usually Bob. But anyway, we got to get through these because we're running out of time. Brandon Gonzalez became a member. Welcome to the team. This is out of control. The ARG Blue, are y'all going to Aquashella, Dallas this year? Unfortunately, no, we are not. We will be in Chicago, even if we have to drive. We talked about doing that special trip, driving out there. Unfortunately, the Dallas show is actually the same weekend as our senior will be graduating from high school. I thought about flying out Saturday after graduation. I'm not going to do that. That would just be a waste. I would love to be there, even though I hate the football team that comes from there. I would love to be at Dallas. One of these years I'm going to make Dallas, but we won't have one graduating next year, so we'll be okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
it'll be
I
the
can
year
make it
after.
next year. Henry Chavez, what's your favorite e-liquid? That's MX. Is that Mexican? Is that $20 in pesos? Maybe. I don't know what that is. My favorite e-liquid is made by a local guy here that you've never heard of. If you go watch my vaping channel, I used to talk about it all the time. It's called Angel's Milk, but it's not a nationally available product. And the business actually went out of business, and it breaks my heart. But
Okay, next.
Officer Matthews, $4.99. Whoever's blowing me up on Facebook, knock it off. It's not funny. It's either Corey or Bob. I guarantee you. Nope. Dan Lusky. Dan, stop it. Officer Matthews, want a filter recommendation and a big fish recommendation for a 400-gallon aquarium. Well, you know what I'm going to tell you. You only have to watch one video on our channel, And you know what I'm going to tell you? No, listen, the beautiful thing about a 400-gallon aquarium is that you can do anything you want. I would love to know the footprint of it. If it's 8 feet, let's go with some arowanas, or at least one. I got 3, and people make fun of me for it all the time, and they say I'm doing it wrong, and they say I'm crazy, but I'm an arowana guy. That's what got me into them. But there's a bunch of South and Central American cichlids you could do, or you could just do one hell of a planted giant George Farmer type aquascape with 1,000 community fish swimming around in there. You could have so much fun with that.
Have fun.
Filter recommendations for a 400-gallon. I mean, you almost have to go with a sump at that point, unless you want to go with multiple canisters. You're almost going to have to go with a sump. I don't necessarily have any recommendations as far as brands of sump, except for the ones made by Custom Aquariums, the seamless sump, which I could sell you if you want to email me. Here he goes again. Now it's Bob. It's Bob now. That doesn't surprise me. And here will come Corey's in a second. This guy.
That's why I don't bring my phone in here.
Bob, you better hope I don't come to Seattle. I'm going to mess you up. Here he goes. He keeps going. Hate that guy. Aquarium Co-op with the $2 super chat. Money for Snickers and candy for Corey when he visits. I'm going to need a whole lot more than that. You better be coming with a duffel bag full of candy, my friend, because look at me. It's quite obvious I eat quite a bit of candy. Melissa Jeswald, rhetorical question. Why does animal abuse not apply to pet fish?
I know. It's
There
so
should
sad.
be an organization to monitor this. That organization is us, not Lisa and I, and you, Melissa. That organization is all of us. I think that here I go preaching again, but I think that we all, this community, not just people who get behind the camera and make videos, but this community, I think we all have a responsibility to create awareness for these fish.
There's so much that goes on behind closed doors that people don't even know about. I'm sure there are billions of fish, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm over the years, maybe not at one time, but that have been just neglected. They've bred a bunch of fish, just left them in a aquarium and walked away and let them die. And you don't know. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors and what people are doing in their house. Mm-hmm. So
well, and like I said, I go
sad.
into a lot of houses, and most of the tanks that I see are nasty. I mean, it's just a fact. And I don't say anything to those people. I just move on. If they have a really nice aquarium, I'll be like, that's really nice. And sometimes they'll be like, you are that aquarium guy. And then, the conversation goes a completely different direction.
What are they going to do? Tell you to leave? Tell them, clean that tank. It's funky.
No, it's no different than
Do you want to live in your toilet?
If a customer's dog is barking, I'm not going to say, can you shut your dog up, please? I want to, but I don't. Some things you just can't say. I'm not going to say, hey, your tank looks like crap. What's wrong with you? I want to. Gradavis Aries, welcome as a new member. It was an abomination, my attempt at saying your name, and I apologize about that. But sorry. But welcome to the team. Glad to have you. Nick Reichel with the $5. What is your favorite type of beta? You have to answer that. Because I don't think I have one. I love them all.
I mean, females. And I'm not going to specify which one, just because I like female betas. Except Bubbles is an exception, and he's a crown tail.
I mean, I love all betas. I really do, and I'm not.
And the thing is, they are domestic, which is, in a sense, almost as bad as a glow beta because they've been so, but they're not. I'm not going to say they're as bad because I don't think that fish that are hybridized or mixed because they got together are as bad as something that's been genetically modified. If you've got a bunch of fish in a body of water like African cichlids, and how do you know that isn't a hybrid fish when you go collect fish? Just because it's new doesn't mean it's a hybrid. I mean, or whatever. I mean, you can't stop it from happening. It's like saying, I can't, we'll forget about John for a second. I can't date somebody from India or Egypt or something. You can't, hybridization, I can't even say it.
Wow, this got weird. Even weirder than Steenfat's super chat.
But you know what I'm saying. You just can't. It's okay when you're not genetically modifying, is my point.
Yes, Ann Thornton. She did name Bubbles after Bubbles.
Sorry I made that so weird.
Because Bubbles loves kitties. Bubbles is the best character on that show. I don't care what anybody says. But yeah, we got to talk about Bob Steenfot for a minute. Because
you've got to watch his live stream today.
But did you read his super chat?
Oh, no. Did he?
I would live in your toilet, Lisa.
Oh my God. Never mind. Just unsubscribe him. If you're subscribed to him, I wouldn't even go follow his channel or anything ever again.
Yeah, Bob, things at my other business are not going so well. So the money that we make from YouTube is kind of important to us right now. And I would appreciate it if you would stop doing everything you could do to jeopardize that money that we have coming in from YouTube. Wow. And he paid $2 to say that. Laura Barron says, listens to replay at work, watch but not chat if live. Yeah, see, that makes sense. And that is the overwhelming majority of people that are consuming live streaming content. Well, we all want to believe there's 473, but there was like 558 earlier. We all want to believe that all 558 people are sitting there staring at us while we're talking. It ain't true. They're not doing that. They're listening to it while they're doing something else that's more important.
Speaking of Bob and listening, I can only imagine what people were thinking today if they were only listening. Like,
oh, because he said a bad word.
I was like, no. Like, I lost my breath for a second. I was like, he did not. And it was so funny. Jimmy was so cute on there because he was like,
Yeah, he let that fly. Good job there, Bob. I didn't hear that, but I would have gotten a chuckle out of that if I saw that. But Bob says he's glad to support you with the super chat then. Yeah, I think we're going to need more than that $2 there, my friend. Let's get to this last one. Cut off super chats here, folks. Y'all have been overly generous to us tonight. Appreciate that very much. But Missinde, I believe, I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for all of the great educational videos. You are very welcome. That is what we love to hear. This is what we try to do here on this channel. And I did 6 water changes while listening to you. See? Aww. Making my point for me. That is awesome. And we're glad we can keep your mind occupied while you're doing that, because we all say we love doing water changes. But come on. We don't love doing water changes. We do it because we have to, and it makes us happy to do them because we know we're doing the right thing for our fish, but we don't love doing them. Come on. Now, we got 2 minutes left before we all go over to visit Rack
so that gives
on the River Life.
2 minutes to go unsubscribe from Bob Steenfot.
Don't you do
then
that.
Then go over to Rack's channel.
Wouldn't it be fun to have the hashtag be Lisa's toilet? We can't do that to Rack, but that would be so funny.
That's nasty.
But we can't do that. I'm going to say this. I want you to think of a hashtag for Rack. We've got 2 minutes left. What I want to say is, folks, there's 454 people still in here watching. Don't forget, next week, you need to set a reminder. I should probably schedule the live stream tonight so that people can set reminders. Corey is going to be here. He's not going to be a guest via Skype or, StreamYard. No, he's going to be sitting in this room with us tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
Not tomorrow night. What? Come on, John. You're losing it. It's 10:30. Next week, for next week's Tank Talk Live, I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's not like it's the first time I've ever hung out with Corey, but love hanging out with that guy. He's an awesome guy to hang out with, even though he doesn't want to go see Jim Jeffries because he's a jerk and he'd rather work than go see one of the funniest comedians on the planet. But I'm glad to have him here. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, Angela Cross. We know who she is. Why do I always say that? We know who she is. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when she super chats us, because she's just a sweetheart. But Glow Bob, there you go. That's a great idea. Hashtag Glow Bob. Glow Bob. GLOBOB. That's what we hashtag, right?
Okay. Or BLM.
Bad Bob. Hashtag Bad Bob. That is what it is. Whoever suggested glow, somebody said glow rack, somebody said glow Bob. Those are great, but let's Bad Bob. BADBOB. Hashtag Bad Bob. Let's all go hang out with Rack. I'm going to be over there in a minute. I'm going to go, whatever. But I'm going to be over there in a little bit, and Rack's an awesome guy, so let's go hang out with him. We done?